Hey, this is Mr. Huff, and this video is about the first section, the first 1/3 of the slide deck you're going to put together for your final presentation. Most of you should have all this already. However, there are some of you that need to improve some things. I'm thinking specifically of the justification section and some of that content. So let's take a look at this. So you're going to have starting with your final slide deck is going to start with a title slide. It will include some history and background. Let me make this follow along. You will need to have 5 justifications, citations, and summaries. Let me talk about those really quickly. So this is the title slide, history and background, establish the need for a solution, your problem statement, and then justifications. And I think what I explained to you guys earlier this year is it should look like this. I think that it would be helpful to you if you kind of did this. We have what it's about up here, kind of the main point of this section. And then you have your APA reference in here somewhere, a clip from it. And I would suggest take all of this, reduce it, and scoot it over and put some big text on the right side that says what the main problem is. So justification 2, this I could put up here, mold, and then I could summarize this into a single word: mold adversely affects health. And then I could talk about that main idea and why this content is important. What I'm trying to prevent is I don't want you to stand there and read 30 farms were observed and sample chicks and food rations were taken to measure the amount of growth as. No one's going to listen to that. We want to have you engaged with the audience. I want it just to be kind of a real quick mental reminder who said it and how it supports your problem. Okay, you're establishing a problem with the justifications. Okay, so instead of this layout, squish some of this over to the left and put kind of a large, easy, quick reminder. Hey, I'm supposed to be talking about how mold affects the health of birds. And it also gives a nice focal point for your audience so they can follow along easily. So you'll have 5 justifications. Also notice that these are academic justifications. I have some people that have put some Reddit kind of things in there where you're seeing screen names and it's not adequate. So you guys are going to have to go back and do that work some more. All right, let's keep going through the list. So we talked about the justification and then the problem statement, the attack plan diagram. I think in I had my problem statement in the wrong place. Okay, so follow this order. Attack plan diagram, 5 similar solutions, and some mind mapping, your solutions matrices, what your proposed solution is. This is not your design. This is saying this is what a solution should be able to do. And then the solution justification. Let's take a look at what those would look like. So really, when I look at this, I should have my problem statement after my justifications. Let me fix that very quickly. So right after we finish justification 5, we should have a problem statement that kind of brings all of those ideas together, and then our attack plan diagram. Okay, in our presentation we were attacking chicken feed waste by an economic approach, a health and safety approach, and technological problems. So, and then I summarized what each of those ideas was about, and then we have our APA references. This is a lot to fit on one page, but again, you want to be able to address these 3 approaches and kind of their subpoints when you see this as a speaker. All right, similar solutions. This is probably just going to be a screenshot of your patent and currently available on the market research. And you really want to highlight where these are weak and kind of start guiding people into the direction of how your solution is better than this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. So you're taking advantage of all those red zones. Okay. Or maybe talking about the one that does it best, like this one, but why you're addressing the stuff that it's not good at. So we're really kind of building the case for why we need your solution. This is in here. After this, you include your mind map. of how you're going to get to your, all the pieces that go together to make your solution. And then your design matrices, this is where you go through all the different approaches. You should all have these two, just put them in there. And what we're trying to really get up to is the solution for the project. So notice in this, let's read it. So it says to reliably feed 10 birds at once with controlled access to volume and delivery. With controlled access and volume delivery, we shall produce a circular carousel feeder that controls moisture exposure, dispenses feed using gravity, is inexpensive to construct, and is easy to maintain. This device minimizes waste in a restricted feeding scenario. So we give a lot of details about how the solution is going to solve the problem and some indication as to the design of the solution based on our design matrices and our mind map. Then we get to the solution justifications, and really what you're trying to establish here is why this is the best solution. So you're really kind of fleshing out some of those ideas in your project solution on the previous slide. All right, that's enough for this first portion. Just again, you should have most of this already. Just go get it in the right order and make sure it's going to support you as you go through your final presentation.